Gash1 off the bat, just because, like you say, instinctively, we're not used to that energy. That's so, you know, let me eat your pussy, whatever the fuck. Oh shit. What? I mean, people normally assume that women in bigger bodies are obsessed with the fact that they're in bigger bodies. It's like that's all we think about. Oh my gosh, I'm a plus-sized person, oh my gosh. The reality is, we're living a life the same way everybody else is. Those thoughts are not going through our head on some, how am I going to do that, I'm plus-sized. How am I going to do that, I'm plus-sized.
In KZN, I think probably you had to be older to understand the word plus size. You were just
there's no word for it.
It's just you were just
exactly. In fact, you know, before anyone. So it was never
aspects of my life that I will never reveal. That are between myself, my family.
On the third day, that's that one, yeah.
Like Christ himself.
What was that about?
I don't even know. I don't know.
And you went to a fancy restaurant in a beautiful place in South Africa, and he left you with a 7,000 rand.
Love them. Foods, babe. He's not circumcised though.
So I was called. Yes. I mean, not just for mobile fundis and all of that. I mean, I heard the audible voice of God.
It wasn't a decision.
It wasn't a decision.
Hey guys, it's me, Lungelo KM. The show is Engineer Your Life. I'm here with another amazing episode. I don't know what season this is. Does it really matter? Who cares? As long as I'm bringing you the fresh content, the informative content, and we just sit down with amazing people who've got amazing stories to share. And yeah, man, we have some beers, we have some wine, we have some water, if that's what you prefer, but boring, borax. Yes. So today I have another amazing guest. Her name is Yoli Glover. I might be pronouncing it wrong. She's going to tell me if I'm saying it right. Zulu girl or not, because look, Glover, but yeah, she's going to tell us. She's going to give us the inside scoop about all of that. So stay tuned for more. Like, subscribe on the channel, Lungelo KM on all social media platforms. And yeah, let's enjoy the episode. I'm like, damn, it's Tagazelo Salana. What do I do? Where do I start? Hey, yeah, my club.
Wow, good Johnny.
Fantastic, how are you?
I'm so good.
Welcome to Engineer Your Life.
Oh, thank you
Welcome
so
to
much.
my lovely patio. I always have these wonderful sit-downs with amazing people, and you're one of them. You're absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
I love this venue. Oh wow, guys. Actually.
It's nice to be here.
Nice and cozy. Yes, sir.
There's something I found of you. In fact, I found this from what we know you for on screen.
Yes.
In case you don't know where Yoli is from, that's her stage name, Yoli, and not Yolanda. I wasn't keeping doing. Yoli, I found this from the Mzansi Magic website. It says, Yolanda is outgoing, fun, and bubbly. She's a bit of a socialite with infectious energy, which makes her fun to be around. The performing arts teacher and psychology student is no people pleaser. However, choosing to always stick to her open book policy. She's always a good judge of character, which makes her interesting and a conversationalist.
Wow. Is that what they said on the damn? They
gassed
me,
Yes,
sis. Is that me? Okay.
Bio.
Bruh.
So who's Yoli in all of this?
Wow. That is, it's, you know what? It's so nice to hear it read back to you. It's like validation sometimes. Yeah, you forget because you're living your life and you forget that. Well,
for you, it's just living my life.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, that is me. I mean, I'm a person that really loves to engage with humans and be within a space where we're engaging as abantu. I love to like get into the intricacies of abantu, their brains, how they work, the psyche. So yeah, I went into teaching the performing arts because I'm a creative as well, and so
merging the two worlds.
Merging those two worlds together made it seem.
So you're formally trained as an educator.
I am. I'm trained as an educator. I also, I did a triple major degree. I did a degree in performing arts, in education, and in psychology, all at the same time. Then when I finished my third year, I did my honors in psychology first, then my honors in education. So yeah, just to make
An
sure
educated girl.
the bases were covered. I'm interested in knowledge. That's the thing. I love the pursuit of knowledge.
Knowledge empowers.
Absolutely.
Knowledge releases. As much as some people are trying to move away and saying they can, I don't know, be creators on only.
Yeah.
But even in your creating business, you need to be an
Absolutely.
entrepreneur and understand it at that level.
Absolutely.
Have that knowledge. Apply
Absolutely.
that knowledge. Let's go a bit back before tertiary. High school maybe.
Yeah.
What's that journey? Who are you?
Oh, my word.
Are you Yolanda Glover the prefect, or are you Yolanda Glover Obafan?
Oh my God! It's so funny because I was all of that actually. I was
The
that
duality.
Yes. I was that prefect that you could still be like, but I didn't, and I'll go like, shh, just go there. I was that nerd, but I was also in the drama studio with the drama geeks, and I was also with the boys, and I was also with I was everywhere. So I was quite a multifaceted student. And I remember that high school was awesome for me because of that. I engaged with so many different people. Normally in high school you form a clique. I was very bored if it was just a clique, and so I was everywhere at once.
I get that. So speaking of that aspect of your personal life, so you're growing up, you have your family. Are there siblings there? Is there a mum and a dad who's present?
Well, I'm an only child. Yes, and my mom and dad are still together, but yes, I was an only child. However, when you're black, you're raised nonke vele. So my cousins and everyone was
Felt
always
like your
around there. It
siblings.
felt like those are my
Yes.
siblings. They were always around. But in terms of formally, no, it's just me to my mom and dad.
You're able to, as I'm listening to you speak, you shift from Saint Ndondon College to Ngesintu. How are you doing this? Does it have to do with the fact that your dad is mixed race?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, my father is mixed race, and so we got both sides. In fact, we got all the sides, because when you are from a mixed race family, it depends what the mix is. And so he's got Zulu as well, he's got Indian as well, he's got colored as well.
Indian as well, interesting.
Yeah, Muslim Indian.
Okay.
Yeah, so Beguguti, you would get kind of a variety of different things at once. And so Nami, I think my accent or the way I code switch, there's something to do with that as well.
It definitely comes across. It also comes across that you're surrounded by people who love you.
Yeah.
How important is being surrounded by people who love you and whom you love back constantly?
I think it's the very pinnacle of human existence. If you don't have that solid kind of foundation, and you're not surrounded by that emotion that you speak of, love, it becomes hard to translate love, and it becomes hard to practice love. And so if you're wanting to, I think, be a well-rounded person, you need that support structure that is rooted in love. And in Kaya, they did really instill that a lot. And it became very important for me.
Does that love translate to your journey with mental health and how you've been able to, against all odds, I guess, been able to be centered?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think that element of a healthy love and being surrounded by people who love you and whom you love back, does it contribute to how centered you are and how your mental health has remained very healthy?
Definitely, it is. It helps you have roots, and when you have those roots, you're not easily faltered. And so I'd encourage that within us as human beings to start searching for those moments where you can have that feeling of rooted love, and that comes from who you surround yourself with. Doesn't even if your upbringing is compromised, you still have points in life where you can find that within people, within yourself, within your surroundings. So I think we need that in society. Actually, we need more of that.
In fact, my crew was just amazed before we started recording and having the sit down. You asked me, how's my mental health, which I appreciate that so much, because it shows me that you're a person who values how other people feel, who's concerned about are other people okay. Where does that come from?
Wow, my mom's a nurse. I think I can attribute it to that. My mom's a nurse, and growing up, she's very touchy, affectionate, and helpful. And so I'd witnessed that a lot. I think if I were to attribute it to something, it would be that. I normally saw that at home. I saw that being done, and I do it now as a result. It's natural for me. Yeah, it's just natural.
moving on a bit, still in the topic of people close to you. Do you have a best friend?
I do.
Yeah, tell me more. I think that's something that's very exciting in people's lives.
I do have a bestie. Her name is Londiwe Mbuli.
Okay.
She is the yin to my yang. She's an Aquarius. I'm a Gemini, and so we balance. She balances me out so much. Where I'm very like jacharach. She's like the calm to the storm. She balances me out. She's literally such a strong influence in my life, positive influence in my life. It's important to have a bestie. I have a girl bestie and a boy bestie, so it's quite nice for me, both sides. Yeah.
Okay, so you've grown up in Durban, gone to school, studied double majors, triple major, you said, sorry, with 2 honors degrees. You're an educator. Abanye bethu sidinga ama-leave days. When wathatha ama-leave days to enter Big Brother and eventually go into the house?
I finished with my studies and I was teaching, and then literally when this opportunity came up, the way that it was pitched was, this is a social experiment. And I went, boom, that sounds like something that I really want to do, because of the fact that I'll be constantly within the energies of other people. I can, in essence, study them, be within their surroundings, and it felt like something so energetic and something that I really wanted to do. It was aligned with me, and so it just so happened, you know, my studies were done for that moment. I was looking for a master's topic, and because of the show, I now have a master's topic, and so yeah, it just happened that it aligned. Okay, it's your turn now to do this now. So yeah, it didn't clash. It just happened to be.
It just fit into the puzzle.
Absolutely did. It gelled so well.
You're taking that flight to Johannesburg.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a few days before you get into the house.
Yeah.
What's going on in your head? Is it excitement?
Oh my word! At that point, Jasmine, you're going through a bunch of emotions. You're like, am I really doing this? The first, I think, the most dominant thing that you're going through is, flip, this is actually happening. I'm about to be in isolation for 3 months. Are you sure? You go through that. Are you sure you can do this? And then you go through an excitement phase as well. But there's also so many rules to the game as well, that you're thinking of that as well. Of, okay, make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do,
very
etc.
psychological
Absolutely.
experiment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everything's happening psychologically to you that whole way through. So even when you're going through the process just before you see us on the show, we've gone through rigorous grueling. And so, yeah, you're going through a lot. You're thinking of a lot. And then when you get in the house, everything you thought is not. It's not at all what it is. Whatever strategy you thought you had, zero. Like
week 1 in the house, so you're there acquainting yourself with people. This is only human nature. You don't have to feel bad. Who's that person you're like, this person is annoying? At first, instinct. Not even, you don't have to think deeply about it. It was instinct, first glance, first week.
Okay. Just instinctively, you know, it was Gash1 instinctively. It was like, you're a bit irky, you're a bit much. Obviously,
much how though?
His personality came off very strong in the beginning. He was rather verbose with his words.
Hence, he was so nominated.
In the first week, I think he got the most nominations. So it was Gash1 off the bat. Just because, like you say, instinctively, you were not used to that energy. That's so, let me eat your pussy, whatever the fuck. Oh shit.
What?
I mean,
you walked straight into that.
I did. Now let me continue with the walk. What I mean is just, the energies, his words were like really verbose.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay.
Let's move on. Still on the show. You are now put on TV, right? We can't ignore that the entertainment space, the entertainment industry has a tendency to put on a pedestal, to elevate women of a certain shape.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
A shape that you are not.
Yes.
How did you feel, and how did you, what did you think this would do for you, and how do you think it would affect you? Were you not scared of the scrutiny?
Oh my word, it's such an interesting question, Lungelo, because, and I'll tell you it like this: people normally assume that women in bigger bodies are obsessed with the fact that they're in bigger bodies. It's like that's all we think about. Oh my gosh, I'm a plus-sized person. Oh my gosh. The reality is, we're living a life the same way everybody else is. Those thoughts are not going through our head on some, how am I going to do that? I'm plus-sized. How am I going to do that? I'm plus-sized. Especially in this province, where Zulu and you're in KZN.
Yes.
What you talk about as being a bigger body in an aesthetic that's not Western, in the way our province is, it does not become a bother where it's elevated to that portion. So in my head, being raised and psychologized that way, I was never ever exposed to a thing of, oh, that's taboo.
I get you. In KZN, you I think probably you had to be older to understand the word plus size. You were just
there's no word for it.
It's just you were just
exactly. In fact, you know, before anyone. So it was never a thing in the back of my head. Hence the almost the people always gravitate to the confidence. They always talk about Yoli and her confidence. It's because of the way I was raised. It's the way the society that I was living in was. It was never a thing of, oh my gosh, she's plus size, therefore. So I never had that fear that you speak of. It wasn't a thing that ever crossed my mind. It was not even a thing for me.
In fact, they are imposing that westernization of confidence.
Exactly. It's their own projection.
Their own projecting it onto you.
Exactly.
Okay, the last day of the show where you announced that you're leaving the show, how do you feel at that point? Do you feel like you've accomplished everything? What you've set out to do? Is there a certain level of, oh, I could have done more?
Yes, absolutely. I think just on a human level, you obviously think, you know, I should have, could have, would have. And I did go through that moment of, man, you know what? I could have done with more days in the show, actually. I still had more that I wanted to do, etc., etc. But then you accept the way the universe works in your favor all the time. And, you know, when it's your time, it's your time. And I did feel coming off the show and seeing the commentary after and seeing, you know, the love after and validation from women, not even just plus-sized women. That was the most amazing part. I would get DMs from all types of women saying, you gave me confidence in my body because of how you carried yours and how you were so confident in yours. And so, yes, I think the goal was achieved then if I look at it from that perspective, because I did want people to look at me and feel represented. No matter what body it's the fact of, hey, I can exist too and do this too, and it's okay. Like, why are we tripping about it? Type of thing. Yeah. So yeah.
Are you post to the show though? Are you enjoying the attention because it comes with numbers and numbers on social media are actually real people?
Yeah. So you know, with the attention, it's definitely a double-edged sword. You've got the good with the bad, and you know, as much as we really love the positivity that comes with it and seeing those people that you say that, you know, those are real people following you, you've got the opposite side where you kind of feel like your life isn't your own anymore. Yeah. And people feel entitled now to your life. And yes, we put ourselves on that, you know, in that position. But then you have to shift how you kind of deal with that now. You know, you kind of belong to the people in essence, where you owe them certain things, and you know they want to know more about you. So yeah, you know, you take the good with the bad, you go with it. And they have a lot of opinions about everything.
It just comes with the territory.
It really does.
So I'm guessing definitely numbers can't be in vain. You're planning to monetize that anyway.
I mean,
soon?
Absolutely, in any way that I can. Yes, I mean the numbers are great, and that is great for you know, future projects and that. So yeah, absolutely. You know, wherever the doors open, whatever calls are coming, whatever, yeah, I'm there to facilitate that.
I know. Public figures always say, I can't speak about it right now. It's still under wraps. I can't tell you what the plans are. Are you telling us, or must I smooth on?
No, I don't get that. That I'm not. That's a bit. No. I tell you. I mean, I'm okay with telling you. I mean, there's. At the moment, I'm working on getting a lot of plus-size brands interested in my brand, so that I can work with them. Also getting back into doing my skit comedies on TikTok and doing lots of things on YouTube.
500,000
yeah,
followers there.
Yeah, Yeah, yeah.
big.
I love
You're
that
big,
platform.
dear.
I
It's
love
fun,
it.
man.
That's exactly what I
light.
wanted to say. It's so
Right?
light and airy and yeah,
Less curated
a
than the
lot
other
more
platforms.
than the other platforms. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, if you were to describe your perfect day for me,
Mm-hmm.
starting from breakfast to dinner, what does it look like?
Oh wow. Okay. So I'm by the beach somewhere. I wake up to the sound of crashing waves and like maybe like a seagull going ah, you know, in the background, and then I smell coffee because someone's already. I'm not by myself in this perfect day. Someone's made coffee, so it's brewing. I can smell the coffee.
You know with Gash1.
Ah, what a wow!
No, he's a touch.
Timber,
Hey,
timber,
carry on.
timber,
Yes,
timber,
yes.
timber, timber,
Sorry, your day. That focus. Don't get a focus. Your day. Yes.
Yes, my day. Yes, so I smell coffee brewing. Wow. Yes, so I open the blinds
Yeah.
and the sun shines through. I'm reading a book. I'm reading my favorite book. I get up. I play some Miles Davis or something jazzy. Make some breakfast. Yeah, it's a relaxed day. My days in are the best days. With a book, curled in, watching series. You know, making something in the kitchen. Yeah, nice relaxed vibes. That's a perfect day.
We're nearing the end of our show soon, but definitely I'd be doing a disservice to my subscribers and the family here on the platform
Oh my word.
if I wouldn't ask the inevitable.
Yes, sir.
Uyayibona leyo
Ah,
mbuzo.
of
Mhlawumbe
course.
singayibiza le, this is your final truth.
Oh my
Ne?
God! Yes, yes, of course.
So, did you and Gash satisfy each other's needs in that Big Brother house?
Wow, it's the way you phrase the question for me. Ah, wow. You know what, man? We're in the house. Moments was sponsored by Johnny Walker. You know, that's all it was. A moment, and then that was it.
And the moment was
Literally,
sponsored.
the moment was sponsored. If you had a bottle here, I would have been like, Johnny Walker. Literally, that's all it was. And people making it bigger than it was is weird. Literally, just the moment. It passed. We're done. Quick.
Kwadlula.
Kwadlula.
Sibadala singabantu.
Oh, guys.
Moments must be enjoyed.
Exactly. I'm not mad. Great.
Love that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, come on.
And kunokuthi libe half.
Bye. Oh.
Well, yeah. Injalo nje impempe.
That's life. Hey.
Oh, anyway,
It is what it is.
You have 24 hours remaining on this earth, and
Yes.
the one above or the ones below, depending on who you believe in, lets you know what are you doing for those 24 hours.
24 hours. I am getting everybody I love in one place, and I'm just hugging the shit out of them. I'm a very affectionate person, and my love language is physical touch. And so if I had 24 hours, I'd be doing exactly that. Just being, you know, with those that I love, feeling, yeah, that's all I would be doing. Nothing else.
24 hours is up,
That's it.
and you have to leave a memory. What is Yoli Glover wanting to be remembered for?
I would love that if people thought of me, they would smile. That's it. I'd keep it simple. When you think of me, if the thought should be, oh man, that girl. That's why I'm that girl, Yoli.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, but that girl though, you know, you just that lasting impression of, wow, she was a light energy. She felt good. It felt good being with her, in whatever way. Whether I helped you, whether I listened, just by listening to you, you felt that. That's what I'd like to leave. That's the legacy.
Yoli,
Yes, sir.
your kindness, your love, your compassion just resonated throughout the sit down, and for that I just want to say cheers.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers to and just have an amazing one.
Oh,
have
thank
an
you so
amazing
much.
career, and I'd love to see more of you, more for you. And I want to pull out this sit down one day and say, remember in 2022 when I sat down with Yoli, and look at where she
Amazing.
is now.
Amazing. You're amazing. Thank you.
Cheers.
This was amazing.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for having me.